I'm just going to take this off, and it's a really good combo and I love it. It's a really good combo and I love it. It's a really good combo and I love it. Has it been nerfed yet? Hello Tube Dwellers and welcome. I'm the Arcadean and this is Mabinogi Duel. Today's deck showcases Wind Clockwork. Now if you follow my live streams every Tuesday and Thursday, then you'll know that when this guy came out in the lab a couple of weeks back, I predicted at the time that he would prove to be extremely powerful when put next to the Ultimate Grim Reaper, unless devCAT changed him. But devCAT did not change him. So, having got the card a couple of days back, I figured I would showcase exactly what I was talking about when I mentioned this super powerful combo. And in order to highlight the power of this combo, as well as make things just a little bit more difficult for myself, I've decided to run a 10-card deck. Now, the game technically won't let you run less than 12 cards in a deck when you're doing PvP, so I have replaced 2 of the very useful cards in the deck with completely useless ones. Cards that cannot be used under any circumstance for any benefit whatsoever with this current deck. At the end of the video, I'll give you the share code with the real deck in it, but for now, let's take a look at the crippled version. So, it's a fairly standard Ultimate Grim Reaper kind of template, really. We start out with 2-color decks because you want to ramp up the resources as quickly as possible, and we have 2 great harvests for getting as much darkness as we possibly can. Sometimes it'll go into light, but we have a lot of very defensive light cards, so we don't actually mind too much if that happens. Now, next up, we have a couple of Ritual of Darkness cards. Now, these are the useless cards. They replaced a Light Book of Knowledge, which is very useful for ramping up to levels 2 and 3, and a Petrify, very handy for dealing with big creatures, very defensive play. Don't include the Ritual of Darkness. There's only one creature in this deck, and it's the Grim Reaper, and because it's summoned via a spell, it technically doesn't have a resource cost, so the Ritual of Darkness won't help. Next up, we have the Light Drag to Hell, very defensive card, used for taking care of creatures that resist targeted spells. For everybody else, there's the Surprise Attack, again, low-cost removal, very defensive. Wind Clockwork, the card around which the entire deck is built. Drag to Hell, again, the Dark variant, once again, for cards that resist targeted removal. Psychic Storm in order to deal with early rush decks, anything like that you just want dealt with immediately. Psychic Storm's very handy. Trap in the Castle, very useful defensive card in this deck, helps to hold your opponent off for a couple of turns so that you can charge up as quickly as you can into darkness to get your Grim Reaper out. If you do manage to charge up more darkness than you require, or you want to play defensively because you think your opponent has a capture card, a dark capture of your own, so that when you bring out the Ultimate Grim Reaper, if they capture it onto their side of the field, you can simply bring it right back onto yours. And finally, the Ultimate Grim Reaper himself, again, the sort of the other card around which this deck is built. Okay, so the first fight is going to be with the sort of the crippled, the 10-card deck, and then after that, I'll show you the real deck. So let's jump in and see how this 10-card deck does. Alright, here we go. Tictum An, PvP first Dan, using the, wow, the big, ugly hero dude. Okay, I haven't seen him in a long time. Okay, so 3 mutants, gold, nature, and darkness. Let's see what he does. Okay, discard into gold, that's absolutely fine. We'll just charge up here. Now would be the perfect time to have a Book of Knowledge, but hey, I made things difficult for myself, didn't I? Alright, so out comes the Fox. Well, we'll drop a trap in the castle in order to hold him off. If he allows the Fox to run into the trap, then so much the better for us. And if he uses a removal spell, then we don't really mind too much. We can take the damage if it turns out to be necessary. And we had a surprise attack ready to go anyway. But note, the Fox goes right into the trap. That works out fine for us. We level up, and he has to do the same. Although he's thinking about it. He's not sure if he wants to level up, apparently. Nope, there he goes. Okay, and he goes into nature for him, so he's got a fairly good sort of bunch there of resources. Fairly good ratio, is what I was trying to say. We charge up twice because there's no threat on the board, and we just want to get as many resources as possible. Wow, Magical Beast Gorgon comes out. Okay, he's going to... Oh, wow, and a Beastkin Mino. All right, so he's trying to use the beast, the Gorgon to get sort of free petrifications off. But we're just going to throw out a Drag to Hell. And that takes care of the Gorgon. Charges up Mino a lot. Now, I'm not sure... No, that's fine. I wasn't sure whether he transformed on death or whether he transformed at the end of the turn. But it's at the end of the turn, so we'll just use another Drag to Hell. And bye-bye Mino. Good, so he brought out two of his most powerful cards right at the beginning there. That's going to cause him a lot of trouble. He's going to have to charge up, revive from the grave, do all kinds of fun things if he wants to get that stuff back. We'll just keep on charging. Keep on charging. And level up to 3. Good. And you can see so far we've only used, 3 cards? And we're doing very well. Dragon's Guardian comes out, not in front of a trap. Warrior Ruairi comes out, not in front of a trap. That's actually fine. The combined damage isn't going to threaten us. We'll bring out a Great Harvest, and it goes into darkness, which is very nice for us. We'll bring out another one, and that one went into light, so that's fine. We've got a lot of defensive stuff if we want it. No big deal. We'll just surprise attack that Ruairi, get some of the damage off the field, since we've got more than enough light. And let's see what he does. So he's got a lot of resources. He could theoretically bring something unpleasant back out. But I would assume he's just going to level up and charge up. Revive from the grave, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. He obviously wants something back into his hand, and he's playing the Magical Beast Gorgon. He's chosen not to level up and to instead put pressure onto us. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to be enough. He has no nature left for a capture, so we don't need to worry about that. We can just play the Grim Reaper. Always instinctively try to place it, but you can't. It's just a randomized thing. Wind Clockwork comes out. Should destroy both of them quite easily. Yep, there they go. Bye-bye, guys. And that's it. Really, we just charge up. I mean, if he has a Drag to Hell... Yeah, if he has a Drag to Hell, we're kind of in a little bit of trouble. We should have discarded into Dark. But it doesn't look like he does. And he certainly hadn't been using it until now. Not that there was any reason for him to use it, so... well, we might regret this, but... I doubt it. He levels up, so I have to assume... Yep, and Vampire Count Bronte comes out, so... Bye-bye. Execution. So a slight slip up there when we should have discarded Dark. But I'll be honest, I've been testing this deck a lot, and... I kind of get a bit lazy with it. It's just so easy to win. Okay. First fight with the 10-card deck. Done quickly and painlessly. And now for something exactly the same. and that was the Clockwork Reaper deck. As you can see, it's very, very powerful combo and one that demands a direct counter. So as promised, here is the real version of the deck, featuring the Light Book of Knowledge and the Petrify instead of the 2 Rituals of Darkness, although, as has been demonstrated, you can kind of run anything you like and still have a really good win-to-loss ratio. So if you'd like to copy the deck directly into your game, there's the share code up in the top right-hand corner, as always. That's all from me, and that's all for this video. So thank you for watching, and a special thank you to all the Arcanauts who have subscribed so far. Until next time, have fun, and good luck.